that's a good segue into the other big like media and politics story of this past week. And I think it was I'm interested in what you said about like how in 2016 when Trump won, then we got like the resistance, and a big feature of the resistance was how important journalism and the media
Yeah.
is, and like
Oh yeah.
that they were the check on like having an authoritarian president. And then Biden won in 2020, and they were like, oh, they did their job. We'll never have to think about Trump again. Well, surprise, surprise, you do have to think about him again, and it looks like he could win this election. And then we're seeing not just the media having failed to protect America from like an authoritarian, fascist president or Donald Trump winning re-election again after losing already, but they're, in the eyes of liberals, like capitulating in the saga of the Washington Post and the LA Times refusing to endorse editorially a presidential candidate. Dave, you used to work at the Washington Post. What did like?
Oh yeah.
How do you see this Washington Post within their apparently at Bezos's request, the newspaper editorial section will not endorse a presidential candidate, which liberals are viewing as a tacit endorsement of Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's the killer part, and what made it terrible for the paper was Marty Baron, who was the editor most of the time I was there, legendary editor. Lee Schreiber plays him in Spotlight. He came out and said it was cowardly, but Woodward and Bernstein said it was cowardly. It's because of not to recapitulate the whole thing, but because of the timing. If they'd said in June, hey guys, we're not going to endorse this year, we're going to endorse in lower races. A lot of people would have agreed with them. I think I would have agreed with them because my take is that reporters who cover local politics, they can tell you which alderman is good and which one is going to be indicted in 6 months. Like that's useful if you're just voting down the ballot. President, who we all know what we think. Who cares? But doing this and having the paper's reporters who have been very honest about this, saying, "Oh, actually, Bezos intervened. He didn't want an endorsement." That's what made people despair. And you could read their takes. All the people who've canceled have said, like, I don't trust them to stand up to Trump anymore because their owner said you shouldn't stand up to Trump. That's pretty hard to refute. And the only take in the alternative has been, yeah, it's not the reporter's fault. The reporters are actually like the reason Bezos did this because the reporters did this. But this is like some context about me at the Post there. The Bezos ownership thing was an issue if you worked there. You got dinged a lot, and people would ask a lot, oh, did Bezos assign the story? Is Bezos preventing you from covering this? I covered the Bernie campaign. It came up. Bernie would not deny me access or something because of Bezos, but he'd bring this up. He would bring up all the times that Post columnists attacked him, and we could say, hey, Bezos didn't tell us to. I went and covered the Amazon Union Drive in Mississippi back in 2021, and that was going to hurt Bezos' bottom line, and nobody said anything. Bezos never complained when me and Liz Bruenig were writing about DSA and socialism, and we kind of wondered, we would get asked, hey, is Bezos telling you not to do this? Nope, never did. So him intervening, period, that's what made this so terrible for people who work at the paper, because you used to be able to say, yeah, we have a rich guy who owns us. Rich guys own lots of things. They're not telling us not to publish something, and now he has. That's why it's bad. And that for that kind of resistance liberal, I met a lot of those people in 2017 because I'd work for the paper and I'd cover Bernie. And I mean, I had a guy follow me around when I was at one Bernie event, just telling people not to talk to me because the Post was so unfair to Bernie. So we all dealt with, like, you can deal with it. You should be able to deal with some criticism. You work in the media.